Good evening, how are you all? Myself Mrs. Krishna Ganguly from Personal Tutor. Today's topic is cell structure and function. It is a very important topic of your class 8th book, cell structure and function. First I should start like this, that you all know that in our body there are so many systems like digestive system, respiratory systems, reproductive system, and these systems are done by some organs. Like digestive system consists of digestive organs, and these organs perform different kind of functions. Collectively they perform different kind of function. Like in digestive organs, they are differently perform digestion, assimilation and absorption. And these organs are constructed by tissues. Organs are constructed or made by tissues, and tissues are made up of cells. Tissues are made up of cells. This is the basic organization of human body, that cell made tissues, tissues made organs. That means organs are made up of tissues and tissues are made up of cell. Cell is the smallest unit of your body. Today we will learn about cell structure. Cell structure, when we are going to know about cell structure, there we should know the parts of the cell. There we must know the parts of the cell, and the parts of the cell are cell membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. These three are the main part of cell. These three are the main parts of cell. What are they? Cell membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. Today first I will discuss with you about cell membrane, the first part of cell. The first part of cell is cell membrane. Today we will discuss that cell membrane. So cell membrane, when we studies about cell membrane, there are some points, some important points which if you remember, it will help you in exam to write about cell membrane. So listen very carefully. I will go through all these points. So first point is, it is the outer covering of cell. You know that cell is the smallest unit, so it should have a outer covering, and that outer covering is called cell membrane. The outer covering of cell is called cell membrane. Now inside cell membrane there are the two another parts of cell, that is nucleus and cytoplasm. The cytoplasm and nucleus are enclosed within the cell membrane. So cell membrane is the outer covering. That means if I take this as cell, this outer covering is cell membrane, and inside this there are cytoplasm and nucleus. Inside this there are cytoplasm and nucleus. So cytoplasm and nucleus are enclosed within the cell membrane. So first point is, it is the outer covering of cell, and second point is the cytoplasm and nucleus are enclosed within this cell membrane. 2 points I have already discussed. The third point is very important point, that is cell membrane is semi-permeable by nature. Semi-permeable. Cell membrane is semi-permeable by nature. Now you can ask me, what is semi-permeable? What is the actual term semi-permeable means? Semi-permeable means only some selected material can enter or leave the cell. Anyone or anything can't enter inside the cell. Only selected members, only selected materials can enter inside the cell because of cell membrane's semi-permeable nature. I have told that semi-permeable nature of cell membrane, why it is needed, because otherwise anything can enter and leave inside the cell. That would be dangerous for the cell. It is not very right thing for the cell's protection. If anything can enter inside the cell, it can damage the cell also. It can damage the cell also. It can be dangerous to the cell. So for this protection, the character of cell membrane is semi-permeable in nature. So cell membrane is semi-permeable in nature. Why? Because only some selected materials can enter or leave the cell. So if anyone asks you what does semi-permeable means, you can answer that semi-permeable means it only allows some selected material to enter or leave. Understand? So today you have learned another new term, that is semi-permeable. So I am discussing about cell membrane, which is a part of cell. When we are discussing about the cell structure, we have three parts. They are cell membrane, nucleus and cytoplasm. So first point we have discussed that it is the outer covering, and nucleus and cytoplasm are enclosed inside the cell membrane. And third point is cell membrane is semi-permeable in nature. It only allows some selected materials to enter or leave the cell. Understand? 3 points we have discussed. Fourth point is it is also called plasma membrane. Cell membrane is also called plasma membrane. It is the another name of cell membrane, that is plasma membrane. Okay. Fifth point is it separates the cell from one another and also from the surrounding medium. Cell membrane separates one cell from another cell and also the surrounding environment or the surrounding materials. If this is a cell, the cell membrane separates it from another cell also and from the surrounding medium. Understand? So 4 points we have discussed. The last point is cell membrane separates the cell from another cell as well as from the surrounding medium. Next, it basically provides protection to the internal organelles. Now, inside cell there are so many organelles. There are Golgi bodies, there are vacuoles, there are mitochondria and so many organelles. So if there won't be any membrane, that will be a scattered thing. So to keep those things all together inside, there should be one membrane, and that is cell membrane. So cell membrane provides protection to the internal organelles. Cell membrane provides protection to the internal organelles. All internal organelles of cells are very much protected due to the presence of cell membrane. They are protected inside an enclosed portion due to the cell membrane. This is the 6th point. And 7th point is it provides, cell membrane provides the shape and the rigidity of the cell. Now what is rigidity? Rigidity means it is very hard. The cell membrane is very hard so that the cell can get the proper shape. If it won't be hard or rigid, it can take any shape. But it is very much rigid, that is why it provides the shape of the cell. So, seventh point is it provides shape and the rigidity of the cell. So, again recapping the function of cell membrane or the detailing of cell membrane. You have been asked in your exam that write a short note on cell membrane or write something about cell membrane. So, in that case, you can write point wise. As I told you, first point is it is the outer covering of cell. Second, it enclosed cytoplasm and nucleus inside it. Third, it is semi-permeable membrane. That means it allows only some selected materials to enter and to leave the cell. Fourth, it has another name, that is plasma membrane. Fifth, it separates the cell from the other cell as well as from the surrounding medium. Sixth point, it provides protection to all the internal organelles. And seventh point, it provides shape and rigidity to the cell. So, cell membrane has 7 points to remember. If you will study point wise, science will be the easier thing. So, it is over here 7 points you should remember about cell membrane. Now, in your NCERT book, there are two experiments. Those are onion peel experiments and human chick cell experiment. In that, in laboratory you have to perform that. You should take the peel of onion, the thin peel of onion, and you should make a slide and you should see through microscope. There you can see such structure. Okay, there you can see such structure. Similarly, if you take human chick cell, that means if you have a toothpick and just scratch your cheek inside your mouth very carefully so that you don't hurt yourself, and take that thing to the glass side, and if you see through microscope you will see such cells over there. So this is onion peel cell and this is human cheek cell. So you will clearly understand that onion peel cell is actually plant cell and human cheek cell it is animal cell. Okay, but when you are discussing cell membrane, you should discuss plant cell and animal cell differently. Why? You should ask me that, ma'am, why? Why we should discuss plant cell and animal cell differently while we are discussing cell membrane? Because as you can see, in onion peel cell there is one outer covering, then one inner covering. But in human chick cell there is only one covering, one wall, that is cell membrane. In human chick cell this is cell membrane, but here you can see two membrane. So these two membranes are what? The outer membrane is cell wall and the inner membrane is cell membrane. So here we can conclude that in a plant cell there is also an outer covering after cell membrane. That outer covering is called cell wall. There is a thick layer of covering after cell membrane. and that is called cell wall. But you don't have the cell wall in animal cell. In animal cell, you will have only cell membrane. So the difference is here that plant cell is having cell wall additionally than cell membrane. So after cell membrane, it is having a thick layer of cell wall, while animal cell is not having that cell wall. It is only having cell membrane. So this is the difference between plant cell and animal cell. One difference. Okay, there are so many differences. We will discuss this thing later on, but today you will learn that there is a difference between plant cell and animal cell. Plant cell is having cell wall, but animal cell is not having cell wall. Only it is having cell membrane. Why? What is the reason? That plant cell is having cell wall because it is required by plants as protection. It is required by plant as protection. But you can ask me, ma'am, cell membrane is also there for protection. So why cell wall? Because plant cell are exposed. Plant cell are exposed, but animal cells are not that exposed. Plant cells are exposed against variation of temperature, high wind, speed, atmospheric moisture. They are exposed to variation in temperature as they can't move like us. If there is a temperature difference, we can move to the other place, but plant can't. They have to be stick over there only. So to deal with variation in temperature, high wind, speed, atmospheric moisture, they are having another protective layer that is called cell wall. Whereas we animals can move to other place. If there is a high speed wind, we instantly leave that place and we will go to somewhere else, but plant can't because they are fixed to one place. So in that case, they need more protection than us. They need more protection than animal cell. That is why plant cell need cell wall. That is why plant cell need cell wall. So there is a question in your NCERT course, why plant need cell wall? Because they are exposed to variation of temperature, variation of speeds, winds and atmospheric moisture. But they can't change their place according to that. So as they have to fix one place, that is why they need much more protection. That is why they need another protective layer that is called cell wall. That is why plant cell is having cell wall, but animal cell is not having cell wall. It is only having cell membrane. Understand? So today we have learned about cell membrane point wise, the main points of cell membrane, the details about cell membrane and why plants need cell wall. These two questions are very important in your NCERT course. So hopefully you have understood very clearly. In next session we will discuss about cytoplasm and nucleus. Okay, cytoplasm and nucleus. Thank you.